viewers, Rectangular back, this time with another Marvel Legends news update. Well, first off, a lot of people have been asking me when a certain wave, in particular like the X-Men wave or the next Spider-Man wave, is coming out, and I don't have any other information other than what I previously reported about the second wave of Captain America figures, which include the movie Black Panther, Captain America, Iron Man, Nuke, Red Guardian, Nick Fury. So that wave is rumored to be the movie Giant Man wave, supposedly coming out in March, or shipping in March. Don't know exactly when in March, so they might show up in stores in March, or they might just be coming from Hong Kong or China in March and may not show up in stores until May. So don't have any concrete dates. This online seller in Hong Kong is showing them sold out, so it makes me think that whatever allotment that they could get their hands on, they've already sold out and they're getting ready to ship soon. So my guess is that they will be getting them in March and stores probably late March, I'm guessing. So we'll just have to see on that. So like I said previously, this image showed up a few weeks back showing the back of the Captain America wave packaging that I just mentioned, and it looks like we are going to be getting a movie Build-A-Figure Giant Man. So, assuming that this is a legit picture of the packaging, then that makes sense that is what we're going to be getting. The weird thing that came out this week was allegedly an email was sent to Hasbro Brazil, and allegedly they responded with a list of figures that I previously had already reported on, but with some changes. So they are allegedly confirming the Giant Man Build-A-Figure for the Captain America wave, which I just mentioned. For the X-Men wave, they're allegedly announcing that we're going to be getting a Juggernaut, with all the other figures the same as I had already reported, that we saw most of them at New York Toy Fair, and if not, we didn't see the physical figures, we saw at least the promo pictures from Hasbro, with the exception of Wolverine. So we still don't know which version of Wolverine that is going to be. Then they mentioned for the Spider-Man wave, all the figures that I previously reported, which they already verified or confirmed at Toy Fair. But the Build-A-Figure they allegedly are saying is going to be the Space Venom, which, if you've been reading the current or the previous incarnation of Guardians of the Galaxy, they had Flash Thompson go into space with them, and he got a new symbiote, which is a beefed up version of Venom. So we'll just have to wait and see on that one. And then also the Captain America Civil War wave, they allegedly are saying that we're going to be getting Abomination. And I previously reported back from San Diego Comic-Con last year, they showed a 3D rendering of Abomination. So these are all very good guesses. If it ends up that we get something different, these are well-educated guesses, but we just don't have any way of verifying Build-A-Figures without pictures of the back of the package that shows what the BAF is going to be. So it could be that Hasbro Brazil knows this information and they're willing to provide it to just a random fan, but I highly doubt it. I highly doubt that they would just be that loose with their information to give it out that freely. So yeah, another thing that I think is raises a huge eyebrow for me, or a red flag, is that when they replied with the product codes for each of these waves, two of them are duplicated or incorrect. The product code that they are listing for the Captain America Civil War wave is B6355, and they're using that same, which is actually from the previous wave of Captain America figures that just came out, and they reused it for wave 2 and for wave 3. So that's a huge red flag for me, because every wave has its own product code associated with it, and since they don't know what that product code is, the person who made this list just duplicated the one that we already know about. So that's a huge red flag to make me think this is a bogus list. The X-Men wave, I think they just made up that product code. I don't know where that's from. Spider-Man wave, that one is reused, I think from the Spider-Man wave that we just got recently as well. So that, that to me is a huge indicator that this list is bogus. Another thing that they're showing here is, instead of getting Tigra and Crossbones in the third wave of Captain America figures, they are listing Wonder Man and Eel. So, I don't know where they're pulling those figures out of a hat from, but I don't have any confirmation that they changed the assortment for that wave. It is certainly possible. Hasbro has done that in the past. Shocker is a perfect example of a figure that we were supposed to get, which they changed to Hobgoblin. So it's not impossible that they are going to change the assortment, but as of right now, I would still expect to see Tigra and Crossbones in that third wave of Marvel Legends, of Captain America Marvel Legends. So the other figure that they don't have in this Captain America wave listed is King Cobra. So again, I raise an eyebrow at that. The other thing that's very telling about this email is that they did not list the Doctor Strange wave, which we know is coming for certain because they showed those figures at Toy Fair. They even announced the Build-A-Figure as Dormammu, or Dormammu if you prefer. But yeah, that's just another red flag that this list is very suspect. We're just going to have to wait and see on all of this stuff, either officially announced from Hasbro or wait until San Diego Comic-Con. But as soon as I get more information on pre-orders from Hong Kong sellers or eBay or anything like that, I will make an update. So while we are on the topic of rumor and speculation of figures that we might be getting this year, my friend Boog10, who is the main person behind Articulated Comic Book Art on Instagram in particular, he sent me, once this rumored list from Brazil came out, he sent me all these pictures from the ACBA Instagram account showing back 19 weeks ago he had speculated similar assortments of figures that we would possibly be getting, especially for the Build-A-Figures as well. So, this Brazilian email mentioned Wonder Man, and Boog had mentioned him along with some of the other figures or characters listed in this image, Sunfire and Havoc. We previously got a similar costume to this Scarlet Witch, and in the past we were supposed to be getting this costume of Rogue, but we are now getting a Jim Lee Rogue. So also, we have confirmed now that Havoc is going to be included, and we already know we're getting an updated Captain America. So it makes perfect sense that we would be getting a Wonder Man. I just don't know that he's going to be swapped out for either Crossbones or Tigra. So we'll just have to wait and see on that. And next up, he mentioned Cable, which we know is coming in the X-Men wave now. So that was another very good prediction. Lilandra, which I would love to see, but we'll just have to wait and see if she shows up in one of the box sets this year, which we don't have any information about right now. Next was Multiple Man, and I'm not a fan of the character, but I know a lot of people are really hoping to get a Multiple Man, and if they do give us one, hopefully he'll be 2 per case, so it'll be easier to army build him. Another one he mentioned was Wolvesbane, which again, it's X-Men or X-Force characters that I don't have any affinity for, so yeah, don't know about that. He also mentioned X-23, and certainly possible that we could be getting a female Wolverine in the X-Men wave, who is a grown-up version of X-23, so we'll just have to see when that comes. And he also mentioned Wolverine, so we certainly could be getting a new brown suit Wolverine like the one shown here. Now on to the Build-A-Figures. One of his first prediction was that we'd be getting a new Nimrod. I think this was before we knew that we were going to be getting the Red Onslaught, or Red Skull Onslaught. So that was still a very good guess. He's about the same size, and I don't think that we have we've never gotten a Nimrod. Next, he predicted that we might get a Bastion. So, yeah, I don't know if that will be coming down the road or not, but that was a good guess. Apocalypse, I still think that that's probably what we'll be getting for probably for the X-Men wave, but we'll just have to wait and see. He also mentioned Unstoppable Colossus, and I think he's fighting Juggernaut here. So, but here's a better look at his costume. It's basically like a cross between Juggernaut and Colossus. And speaking of Juggernaut, that was another figure that he predicted that we might be getting as well as a Build-A-Figure. So, and I think that was one of the ones that this alleged Brazilian email had mentioned as well. So it's a very good guess, but we're just going to have to wait and see. Boog also mentioned that it was very ironic that we seem to be following a lot of the same waves from Toy Biz back in the early days of Marvel Legends, where we're getting Cable, Deadpool. If these rumors come true, then Juggernaut. We are getting a new Phoenix, Jean Grey, and Wolverine. We'll have to wait and see if it is a brown suit Wolverine, but if that's true, that's almost all of Series 6, including the Punisher. We already know that we're getting a Punisher for the Walgreens exclusive. So if we get a new brown suit Wolverine and a new Juggernaut Build-A-Figure, that's Series 6 right there. It's very interesting. So it makes me wonder if Hasbro is trying to go back and redo all the old Toy Biz Legends and then give us new figures or new characters down the road. Also, I thought it was interesting that the Giant Man wave, if we do end up getting this movie Giant Man, we're also getting Captain Britain, Kitty Pryde, Havoc, also from the Toy Biz Giant Man Build-A-Figure wave, so that would be also very interesting, and yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Now moving into confirmed information that I can give you instead of rumor and speculation. One of my sources sent me screenshots from the Walmart computers showing that the next wave of Spider-Man Marvel Legends are in their system, confirming or verifying the UPCs that I already had. And so the first one here is Silk, and then confirming the UPC for Hobgoblin. These have very generic names, so they're not showing the actual character names. They're basically the two females are under one name designation, and then the two heroes are under one name designation, and then the two villains are in a third name designation. So now here we have Miles Morales. Next we have Spider-Girl. Then we have Peter Parker, and finally we have Electro. So this is good news. Everything that I've been reporting seems to be coming true, which, some people are going to be surprised by that and others aren't. The other thing, I was able to verify that the same UPCs come up in Target's system under the current DPCI, which I already reported that the DPCIs for the Spider-Man waves and Captain America waves are not going to change this year. So it's just going to make it more and more frustrating for collectors. But this is the figure that comes up for Hobgoblin. It just shows that DPCI is associated with the Hobgoblin figure. So very cool that we should be getting that wave of Spider-Man Legends here pretty soon if they're showing up in both Target and Walmart's computers. I'm still thinking that we're going to get the next wave of Captain America figures first, just because this seller in Hong Kong is already have a pre-order up for them. But I could be wrong. We could be getting the Spider-Man wave next. We just don't have that information right now, but as soon as I get an update, I will let you guys know. Hopefully you guys like the video, you share with your friends, subscribe if you haven't already, and I always love hearing back from you guys, so please leave a comment below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.
That's crispy.